Good morning, everyone. This is, happy Easter for one. This is Diary of a Film Part 2, where I'm going to go every week a new episode cataloging how I made my film Inbetween, which you can watch in the playlists, and blow by blow. And it's probably going to take maybe 20 episodes to go through everything. Last week was the first one, and we talked about the importance of the script. Okay, so assuming you have a good script now, okay, you've got to have a good script. That's the first thing, and you should spend many years writing that script to get it perfect, okay? And you're going to even perfect it more at a later stage. But the next thing you have to do is incorporate, okay? You have to make a company for that film, or if you plan to make multiple films, it's easier just to make a film company. That's what I did. I made the film company La Toison d'Or Films. I named it after my first independent experimental film that came out in the 1980s. It came from a Carl Jung book called Psychology and Alchemy, and it was from an old medieval print. It actually means the golden fleece in sort of archaic French, and it was sort of about alchemists and the whole spiritual process of transforming matter. And I thought, wow, it's great because I'm transforming images from my mind into a film. So that's the story behind that. But you want to incorporate. Why? Well, because it's going to protect you, number one, against any lawsuits. Okay, anyone wants to sue you for infringement on copyrights that maybe they think you ripped off their script or something. Even if you didn't, you have to have a limited company, and for that you're going to have to see a lawyer, okay, an entertainment lawyer, and you're going to shop around and find a good one at a good price that you're comfortable working with. And so you incorporate, make yourself a film company is the best thing. Give it a cool name. Get yourself some business cards for that company. Get a friend to design a nice logo. Okay, for cheap, pay that friend, because it's not cool to think that artists should work for free, and get business cards, and also get a URL for a website. Okay, now you're not going to populate the website with much, but we'll talk about it later. So you want to have a website URL for your film company. Okay, so why do you need to incorporate? Okay, to protect yourself against any lawsuits. That could be the actors. It could be people who think you're infringing on them, but also for the investors. It shows that you're serious, and you can sell. Give yourself 100% of the shares if you wrote the script, and it'll give the investors something to invest in. They're not just giving you money. If they give you money for your film, they give your company money. Okay, so they're more likely to want to give it because they will feel legally protected, and you will too, in case the film doesn't work out well. And the other thing that you should do is give the investors even more incentive by taking your script and either licensing it to your film company or assigning it outright so that your film company owns it. Therefore, the people who are potential investors will have more incentive to want to put their money in, because they'll think that even if the film doesn't work out for some reason, they will still have ownership or rights on this script should someone else want to come along and exploit it. So someone thinks, well, this film didn't work out, but the script is really good, and I want to buy that. So the investor wants to be able to invest in something rather than giving you some money, okay? And that's really why you need to incorporate. Now, in my other career, I'm actually a scientist, and I have a spin-out company, a startup company based on my own patents, and I had to take those patents, which belong to the university, and assign them to the company that we created to exploit that technology, or else no one would invest in the patents. The patents had to be the property of the company. Now, you can actually take two routes. You can assign your script, like the patent, outright to the company, so therefore the company will always own it, or you can license it such that for a certain duration or unless a certain set of conditions that your your film company will always have 100% rights to the script. I think the latter is better. You know, the investors might like the former, that the script is owned outright by the company, but you have to protect yourself. So should for some reason your film company end up in the hands of other investors, you'll have no way of getting your script back, and they could actually just put your company on ice and your script will never see the light of day. So you have to have clauses if you license it such that whoever eventually takes over the company, that if they're not exploiting the script, that you can get it back. Okay, and that's what we had to do with my patents, because the university wants to know, and me, the inventor, wants to know that should the company not exploit the technology anymore, that the university could get it back, so they get someone else that will. Okay, so that is what you have to do. Get an entertainment lawyer, incorporate so that you can attract more investors and protect yourself. Get business cards and get a URL. This is all about my film Inbetween. You could buy the book, the novel that came out, in the link below. I also have a new novel, The Orphean, my 12th, which is a day in the life of events, fashion, and fragrance influencer on his way to meet his estranged daughter in a very Kafkaesque world. I strongly encourage you to check it out if you like postmodernist fiction, okay? Anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again.